Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. We're all set for second half action here. Terribly sorry for the technical difficulties. RIP to our mouse up here. SNU starting with the ball, down 3. Tremendous first half for SNU. They shot 53%. Alexis Jones back in and is called for traveling. Dragged that pivot foot as she was trying to go up for the shot. That's the 17th turnover for SNU. Again, SNU just trailing by 3.
And that's got to be right now, Luke, for me, the big storyline. SNU's defense doing an excellent job of keeping them in this one. But 16 turnovers in one half. That is a very difficult mark to overcome and a very big reason that SWOSU's in this game.
Perez jumps the passing lane, and it's one-on-one. Haley Tucker's the only one back. Perez off the glass, no good. Schrupfer in amongst the trees, gets the shot, no good.
Schrupfer maybe hoping for a call there as she went up among much taller defenders, but no such luck.
Pretty step-back three-pointer off the mark, no good. Perez has the rebound for SNU. SWOSU still in that press. Perez behind the back gets it ahead to Alexis Jones. She finds Barry, finds some space in the corner, no good. Aska the rebound for SWOSU. Franks with it at the free throw line, guarded by Nihus. Franks, hard shot off the backboard, no good. Good defense from Abby. Abby played the entire first half without a foul. First time she's done that in quite some time. Great discipline on her part. Schrupfer drives baseline, is shut off by Tucker. Nihus with the baseline jumper, it's off, no good. Perez another rebound. She's trapped, gets it out to Barry, and SNU will reset real quick. 20 on the shot clock here. Barry trying to penetrate on Aska, and she is called for traveling.
Oh, man. Another travel call on SNU. That turnover number now up to 18.
And it's been a little bit of everyone. Hedrick with a deep three is no good. Barry with the rebound. So we're scoreless. A little over 2 minutes in. Long lead pass ahead to Perez is deflected. Aska's on the floor with it. And now here come the Bulldogs. Hedrick drives into Barry and puts it up and in. Strong drive from Taylor Hedrick, who played just 6 minutes in the first half due to a couple fouls. Schrupfer, long pass up ahead to Jones. Ball is deflected by Aska. Schrupfer misses the reverse layup. And SNU a little bit discombobulated on offense here to start the second half. Already 0 for 5 from the field. Backdoor cut for Hedrick. She stumbled, managed to knock it over to Franks. Aska thought about a three, thought better of it. Franks from the elbow, no good. Perez has the rebound and then didn't move, let herself get double teamed, and now she's in trouble. Gets it across to Schrupfer, and here comes SNU with numbers. Schrupfer penetrates. Nice hesitation move and gets around Franks for the layup.
Great little hezzy crossover. She looked at the kick out option. She looked at the dump down to Abby, and then she took it herself. A great look there from the veteran Schrupfer.
SNU led 26-16 at one point, and SWOSU closed the half on a 21-8 run. Hedrick gets inside and finishes with the left hand. So Taylor Hedrick with 4 quick points here in the second half. Schrupfer quickly the other way. Perez goes inside, puts it up, off the glass, and in. Back and forth we go as Hayden Brady pushing tempo for SWOSU. Kick out, Hedrick tees up a three-pointer, that's off the mark. Aska tracks down the rebound in the corner, and then dribbles the ball off her leg. Oh, it goes off Schrupfer out of bounds.
Schrupfer not so sure what part of that ball hit her, but the ball will stay here nonetheless. SNU very fortunate here out of the gate. SWOSU 0 for 3 from 3 to start out the second half.
Adrian Berry is out. J.C. Soap in. Tucker, a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound deflected away from Jones by Pretty, and it goes off Abby Nehus out of bounds. So a fresh shot clock for the Bulldogs, who lead 41-38. Aska guarded by Schrupfer. Good defense from Schrupfer. Now Tucker driving in. She's shut off. Hedrick spins in, missed the shot. Good defense from SNU there. Alexis Jones got by Aska, missed the shot. Perez another rebound, no. And here comes the Bulldogs. Aska, good defense from Schrupfer to get back and force SWOSU to reset. Soap went for the double team, and the pass goes through the hands of Taylor Hedrick out of bounds.
That was the right pass. That was a great heady awareness of backdoor cut. Beautiful. Would have been a wide open layup and just couldn't handle that pass.
Schrupfer has the pass inbound off her leg, and Tucker comes away with it. Another turnover for SNU. Swing pass. Aska lets Soap fly by from the wing for three. It's off again, and Schrupfer has the rebound. Schrupfer pushes and will set up here. And while Schrupfer is looking over to the sidelines for the pass, Hayden Pretty with the steal and the layup for SWOSU. That's just a senior play right there from Hayden Pretty.
Yeah, good awareness.
And then Pretty is called for the foul, hounding Schrupfer there. That'll take us to a timeout on the court. 4:27 to go, third quarter. SWOSU maintaining a 5-point lead, 43-38. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, guys, remember, no hard selling, no high pressure. Serenading, good. Leave that to Sheldon, all right? Hugs, side hugs. Normal. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. You know, these guys may not look like much, but they are some of the greatest guys.
How about a hug?
Diffie, driven by family since 1954.
Okay, guys, remember, no hard selling, no high pressure. Serenading, good. Leave that to Sheldon, all right? Hugs, side hugs. Normal. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. You know, these guys may not look like much, but they are some of the greatest guys.
How about a hug?
Diffie, driven by family since.
Welcome back. SNU trailing by 5 here at the Sawyer Center to number 13 Southwestern. Turnovers the story today for SNU. 16 in the first half. They're up to 21 for the game. But great defense from the Crimson Storm. SWOSU just 5 of 20 from three-point range and shooting 33% overall. And a big story has been SWOSU has only shot 6 free throws for the game. They came in averaging 24 per game. On the flip side, SNU has not gotten to the free throw line once today. Madeline Schrupfer will take a seat. Sonia Sarda back into the game as Coach Trent May looking for some consistency there at the point guard position. J.C. Soap thought about pulling up and thought better of it. She's hounded by Franks, gets in the lane. Nice bounce pass over to Nehus. Wild shot. Perez tracks it down. Sarda up top with it now. Shot clock did not reset. Soap, top of the key for three. Off the mark. Alexis Jones in there with the rebound. And it's tied up by Bethany Franks. The jump ball will give it to SWOSU. Good hustle inside for SNU. 14 offensive rebounds now. 12 offensive rebounds for SWOSU. SNU leading the rebounding battle 36-21. And Irene Perez with 11 boards for the game. Spurley came in for Hedrick. Backdoor pass to Aska. It's deflected. They say last touch by Soap. It will stay here with SWOSU with 19 on the shot clock. Not a good start to the second half for either team. 2 of 11 shooting for SNU, 3 of 11 for SWOSU. Ball's deflected by Perez and taken by Nehus. Good bounce pass to Perez, and here comes SNU, 4-on-3 break. JC Soap inside. Great pass from Irene Perez, and Soap finished at the rim. And it's a 3-point game again.
That's a big finish right there. And right now the key for SNU's offense is all about how they've broken the press. Right there, a great job of passing, breaking the press wide open off a steal. But when they're unable to break the press, different things happen. A tough call right there at the top of the key. SNU thought they had a clean steal there, and they're going to tag Alexis Jones for the foul.
That's going to be the third foul on Alexis Jones, first foul on SNU here in the quarter.
That's a tough call.
Pretty into Spurley. That's an offensive foul on Maddie Spurley as Alexis Jones boldly stepped in and took that charge. SWOSU coach Kelsey Music disagrees, but either way, we're going the other way. 9th turnover for SWOSU today. Sarda breaks the press up ahead to Jones. Drives in with the left hand. Wild shot, no good. Nehus has the rebound stripped by Bethany Franks. Franks has done a nice job being a pest inside. Pretty inside, just forces the action. The foul is going to go on Sonia Sarda. It's number 3 on Sarda.
Yeah, doing her best there to stay straight up. Not very happy with that call, but it's going to send SWOSU to the line for 2.
Pretty hits the first one. Pretty an 88% free throw shooter coming into today's game.
Something you pointed out after the break, SNU not able to get to the line this afternoon. 0 attempts from the charity stripe. And if you want to win basketball games, that's a stat that not always is going to work it well out in your favor. So SNU needs to get aggressive and get to the line here a little bit. They've been very good in transition, very good getting to the bucket, but have not been drawing fouls well.
Soap with it, guarded by Tucker. Little head fake. She drives in, puts it up with the right hand around the senior and gets it to go.
A great swinging layup there over the much longer defender. And a great 2 points for JC Soap.
Cross-court skip pass to Spurley in the corner. Franks driving on Nehus, and Abby rejects that right out of bounds. Block number 6 for Abby Nehus today. And she has done it standing strong in the paint. And she's done it well without fouling. No fouls today for Abby Nehus. 10 points, 4 rebounds to go along with those 6 blocks. Julia Schwacke in for Perez. Tucker in the corner for Pretty, screens off the defenders. Abby Nehus the rebound. Here comes Alexis Jones. 3-on-3 up ahead, and Jones will back out of traffic and reset. SNU doing this with both seniors on the bench right now, Barry and Schrupfer. Alexis Jones inside, finally is fouled, and SNU will go to the line for their first free throw attempts today. Foul is on Pretty. That is her 3rd. The big moment here for SWOSU. First free throw's off the mark for Jones. Tabor Beer will check in. 1:49 to go, 3rd quarter. Just 16 combined points in the period between the two teams, and a combined 7 of 27 shooting. Second one is good for SNU. SWOSU's 1 of their last 7 from the field, and the teams are a combined 2 of their last 15 from 3. Beer hiding behind a Frank screen. Extended elbow shots, no good. JC Soap with the extension gets the rebound. She's got Schwacke up ahead, missed her.
Good
Alexis Jones finds Schwacke now.
SNU looking a lot more confident right now, handling that press, picking it up in the corner a lot less, dribbling with your head down a lot less, looking like they've gotten a little bit more comfortable with this SWOSU pressure.
Foul's going to go on Bethany Franks, reaching in on Alexis Jones. It's going to be her first foul today. Fourth team foul on the Bulldogs. Franks will take a seat. Taylor Hedrick will come back in for SWOSU. Julia Schwacke inbounding here on the sidelines. Fresh shot clock for the Crimson Storm. Jones finds Schwacke. Now Sarda driving baseline, puts it up off the glass, just missed it. Nehus, the offensive rebound, puts it up in traffic, no call. And SWOSU comes away with it. Beer to the trailing Aska. Spins on Sarda. Great strip from Sonia Sarda. Aska gets it back, finds the cutting Spurley, puts it up and gets the blocking foul on JC Soap. SWOSU definitely takes advantage of just driving into the paint and getting contact. That's why they've shot 24 free throws a game this season. Doesn't always look pretty of the end result shot that they managed to get up, but it does draw the foul. So credit to them for being aggressive inside. Spurley hits the first one. She's a 65% free throw shooter this season.
Yeah, that's a great way to keep your offense rolling when the shots aren't falling. We talked about SWOSU only shooting 32% from the field, and a lot of those attempts in contact that didn't really pan out. So some wild shooting, but getting calls and getting to the free throw line. That'll get you 22 wins in a row, that kind of play, as free throws, much nicer opportunities than other shots that you can find.
Nehus fading away from the elbow is long on the jumper. Beer probing, now back out to Aska, guarded by Sarda. Hedrick's now guarded by Nehus, drives into her, and Abby blocks that one, gets it back, forces it up at the buzzer, and it's good. Excellent persistence from Taylor Hedrick. And that is how the third quarter will end here in Bethany. 48-43, SNU trailing after three. We'll take timeout when we come back. The final 10 minutes of what's been a fantastic game here today.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character. And then creating culture. Certainly when we graduate students, they go out and they create culture in classrooms. They create culture in churches. They create culture anywhere they go. Last but certainly not least, in fact I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Fourth quarter just moments away here at the Sawyer Center. SNU trailing 48-43. It's been a terrific game so far. Back and forth. SNU holding it down on the defensive end. SWOSU shooting just 32% for the game. They are 5 of 21 from three-point range. Meanwhile, on the other end, SNU 45.5% from the field. They're only 2 of 8 from three-point range. Have only been to the line twice, but the big story today is 21 turnovers for SNU. Just 5 in that quarter, which has been their best quarter so far. Referees send the coaches or the players back to the bench as they're discussing that last bucket, which Taylor Hedrick got right before the buzzer. I think they're trying to determine, and they wave it off. They wave off the last bucket there at the end of the third quarter. Say that Taylor Hedrick did not get it off in time, so that basket will not count. So it is now 46-43, SWOSU leading. looked pretty. I didn't think it was as close as the officials made it out to be, but.
No, I kind of figured going to the monitor was maybe just kind of a courtesy thing. I didn't know that there was really going to be a call there to consider, but that's the ruling they came up with.
Jones behind the knee, who's pick. Finds Soap in the corner, lets the defender fly by, steps in for the nice mid-range jumper, and she knocks it down with confidence. It's a 1-point game. JC Soap up to 9 points this afternoon. And SNU trailing by 1. Hedrick free to fire from 3. It's no good. JC Soap, the rebound, she's tied up by Alexa Harvey. That will keep it here. SWOSU with an interesting blob play there as everybody got on the NCAA logo. Very small lineup on the court right now as Hedrick gets into Abby Nehus and scores, and the foul on Abby. That's her first, team's first. And it gives SWOSU a 3-point lead with a chance for more. Haley Tucker on the court at 6'2", but Tabor Beer 5'5", Alexa Harvey 5'6". Taylor Hedrick is listed at 5'10", and Maddie Spurley at 6 foot. Hayden Priddy is on the bench with 3 fouls right now. Alexis Jones, Sonia Sarda, JC Soap, Abby Nehus, and Julia Schwacke, the lineup on the court for SNU. All 9 players who have played for SNU have scored. Soap forces it up in traffic. It's no good. Ball's tipped, and Harvey gets it over to Hedrick. Big moments here for SNU. Lob up ahead to Tucker is knocked away by Schwacke, and Soap controls. Sarda looking up ahead is doubled. Good pass over to Soap. Finds Jones. Over to Nehus. Up and missed it. Nehus
Same team.
Gets it. And then is called for traveling as she and Jones were battling for the offensive rebound. Madeline Schrupfer will come in for Sarda.
And that's just a frustrating situation there, coming down. Nehus going way up for that one and getting tied up with her own teammate, unsure of who you're fighting for the rebound with. There's a foul call. Alexis Jones taking a forearm to what looked like the face. And she took that and turned around and just looked right at the ref and said, "Are you going to give me that?"
And we are going to go to the monitor to see if that was a flagrant foul. We'll see if the officials are able to determine that. The camera angle over here right in front of us, and it looked like that Alexis Jones would be, her back was to the camera there, so we'll see if they've got a good enough angle there to see if that forcible contact was enough to warrant a flagrant foul here.
Yeah, it might not be a whole lot from that angle that can help you overturn or add to that call. But regardless, right now, an interesting place. SNU down 4 here with most of the fourth quarter to play. An excellent game on both ends. SNU's defense really stifling this Southwestern offense. And we've got ourselves a good game.
Absolutely. It's been terrific back and forth action. SNU, for all intents and purposes, on the offensive end, has played pretty poorly. I think we would all agree. Just they've struggled to get into their sets. We were just watching Trent May over on the sidelines. His frustration and looks say that they're not running the offense the way he wants them to, but they've been able to maintain that. They've been aggressive getting inside. Every 9 of the 10 players who have played today have scored, and they've held SWOSU to 31.6% shooting and just 5 of 22 from three-point range. But again, those 22 turnovers are hanging big right now in a 4-point game.
Yeah, that's really what tells the story on SNU's offense. Lots of traveling turnovers, lots of frustrated and rushed passes. So the offense still trying to find ways to put together a couple of streaks here. But this defense I've been very impressed with. We've seen some great contributions from Soap. Schwacke, excellent play over long minutes for Sarda. We saw a great little burst from Beard off the bench. Everyone getting involved and playing very, very irritant, almost like defense, just right up in the defenders' faces, playing lots of full court press. And it's been very interesting to see both these teams play what has all afternoon been a very transition-based off game.
So the officials are huddling here at midcourt, determining if that last foul on Tabor Beer would warrant a flagrant foul. And we'll get the ruling right now. They bring the coaches over to midcourt, and neither coach is quite muted in their expression, so I think we'll see watching them.
That was fairly uncharacteristically calm for both of them. I'm going to assume that means that there was no call or no flagrant.
So it's just a common foul on Tabor Beer, and SNU will inbound on the sideline. SNU down 4. It's Schrupfer, Soap, Jones, Nehus, and Schwacke on the court for SNU right now. Soap, entry pass into Jones, guarded by Beer. Battles through. Schrupfer trying to save the shot. Goes out of bounds. Alexis Jones was looking for the foul call there. Did not get one. Jones running right with Beer as she breaks the pressure. Hedrick gets into Nehus. Wild shot with the left hand falls for Taylor Hedrick. And Hedrick, 9 points here in the second half. She's up to 11. Soap being harassed by Spurley in the backcourt. Splits the double but booted the ball. Hedrick coming right down the lane. Madeline Schrupfer was there to take a charge. No call on the contact there, and the ball harmlessly falls out of bounds as Hedrick's shot was well off the mark.
That's I don't know that it was the hardest contact I've ever seen, but because of the result of where the ball went, I figured we'd get some kind of call, but nothing.
Soap guarded by Harvey, now doubled. Jones has to hurry. And a foul called on Maddie Spurley. Will give SNU new life and a fresh shot clock, and Schrupfer will inbound on the sideline in front of us.
Past couple of possessions here, SNU not fully looking like they know where they're supposed to be on that press breaker. Not great ball spacing. A lot of people standing right next to each other, and that makes passing lanes and dribbling lanes very difficult to work through the press.
Schwacke will try a three-pointer. That's long off the mark. Hedrick clears for SWOSU. Pretty and Aska at the scorer's table to check in next dead ball. Tucker working on Schwacke. Gets around her, missed, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and is fouled by Julia Schwacke, and Haley Tucker will go to the line for 2.
That was on Julia Schwacke. Her second personal foul. At the line, shooting 2, Haley Tucker.
And Tucker misses the first free throw long, and Tucker an 86% free throw shooter. Beer and Spurley will check out for Pretty and Aska. So it's Tucker, Pretty, Aska, Harvey, and Hedrick on the court right now. Tucker splits the pair, and it's a 7-point game now. We're under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. SWOSU, a 5-0 run. SNU pushing 3 minutes on a scoreless drought. They're one of their last 8. Soap with it now, guarded by Harvey. 7 on the shot clock. Soap's going to have to create. Kicks it to Schrupfer. Schrupfer creating space, is bumped by Harvey, lost the ball. Hedrick has it. And SWOSU coming back the other way. Not a great possession for SNU. Hedrick finds herself alone. Goes into Nehus. Off the glass, no good. Rebounds tipped around and controlled by Abby. She gets it up ahead to Julia, and here comes Alexis. Schrupfer drives inside, steps around Tucker, but hit the underside of the backboard with that shot. Hayden Pretty the other way. She'll drive right through. Blocking foul on J.C. Soap. And Hayden Pretty will go to the line for 2.
No answers here yet in the fourth offensively for SNU. 3:53 scoreless now over the last 4 minutes. 6-0 run going for SWOSU, and SNU not finding many answers or offensive options right now.
Pretty, an 88% free throw shooter, misses the first. Schwacke will check out. Adrian Berry back in. SNU just 1 of 6 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Fortunate that SWOSU has only put in 7 points here in the period. But it's still a 53-45 game now. SNU needing to find something offensively if they hope to pull off the upset for the second straight year. Long lead pass ahead to Nihu. She gets it, and the foul on Haley Tucker.
Great and one play there. Opportunity for SNU to get some momentum going. Great find in the passing lane and a good strong finish by Nihus.
So Abby up to 12 points now. Go along with 8 rebounds and 7 blocks. And she knocks down the free throw. A big three-point play there for SNU, and it's a 5-point game. 5.5 to go. Plenty of time for SNU. Got a lockdown on the defensive end. Aska inside. Pretty. Thought about a deep three. Will drive instead. Hedrick fires up a three from the right wing and knocks it down. Hedrick has been the story here in the second half. That's 14 for the game and 12 points here in the second half. Five minutes to go. It's an 8-point game. Berry goes away from the Nihus pick. Finds a cutting J.C. Soap. She puts it up. Blocked by Pretty. Good tip out to Berry. She drives in. Fires it off the front of the rim. No good. Aska has the rebound. Schrupfer nearly had the tie up there. Now Pretty in the corner. Alexa Harvey. Three-pointer. In and out. No good. Alexis Jones quickly harassed by a couple SWOSU players. Gets it across the timeline just in time. Schrupfer turns, fires to Soap. Bad pass, unable to get her in a shooting spot. Now Schrupfer with it. 7 on the shot clock for Adrian Berry. It's knocked away by Pretty. Berry has to fire up a three-pointer, and she is fouled by Hayden Pretty. SNU bailed out there, as that was not a good possession in any way. But Berry was able to force the foul on Hayden Pretty, and she'll go to the line for 3 shots when we come back. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to play here at the Sawyer Center. SNU trailing SWOSU by 8 with Adrian Berry going to the line for 3 right after this.
This is where I use the skills I've learned. This is where the moments I love happen. This is where I grew up, and it's also where I serve.
In the U.S. Army Reserve, you train at least 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Here, you learn the skills to lead and succeed in life while staying close to home. Part-time service, full-time success. GoArmyReserve.com.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championship Tournament returns to the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, March 7th through the 10th. It's all on the line as the league's top teams battle for the conference title and an automatic spot in the NCAA Division II Basketball Regionals. For ticket information and to follow GAC basketball throughout the season, visit GreatAmericanConference.com. The GAC Basketball Tournament, March 7th through the 10th.
SNU trailing by 8, 4:05 to go in this one. And Russ, it's been a very tightly contested game. It hasn't been the prettiest affair, but you can tell both of these teams are really out there competing hard, and SNU's been putting it all out there on both ends of the floor today.
Yeah, it's been a great first seed, second seed matchup that we've gotten to watch. Both teams shining on the defensive end with the defensive pressure. SWOSU forcing turnovers, and SNU forcing a lot of tough misses. It's been a great game to watch, though, back and forth.
There's 2 turnovers here in the fourth quarter for SNU right now is Adrian Berry at the line for 3. That was the 4th foul on Hayden Priddy. So a little bit of foul trouble for the senior. Adrian Berry with 1 more here, looking to cut the lead to 5. It's short, it's off the mark, and Haley Tucker has her 6th rebound of the game. Tucker with 10 points, just 3 of 10 shooting. She drives on Berry. No good. Abby Nehus has the rebound. Nobody came to help her, and Alexis Jones finally does. And SNU needing to speed up the pace a little bit. Savannah Gray is into the game for SWOSU right now. Priddy shot the passing lane, nearly had the pick. Schrupfer double team, gets it to Jones. It's knocked away, and Tucker has it. An opportunity missed for SNU as those are coming less and less. Gray swings to Hedrick. She drives, is fouled by Abby. That's going to send Taylor Hedrick to the line for 2.
Abby trying to appeal that foul call. Baseline ref says that was not my call. Go appeal somewhere else.
Of course, you always hate that because when you're appealing to the ref who didn't make the call, you're making your own point of, well, you obviously didn't make it, and you're the closest one to me. Clearly, you didn't think it was a foul.
But something about that angle way in the back there, 30 feet away. Just something, saw something there.
Hedrick knocks down both. Pushes the lead back to 8, 58-53, 18 to go. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way as both are at 4 fouls. SNU going to need to hurry to get this across. Schrupfer with it. Backs it out, and SNU will set up their offense here. Jones harassed by Tyra Aska. Berry trying to get the angle for the entry pass to Nehus. Double comes. Nehus backs away from it, missed the shot, and Tucker has the rebound. We're under 3 minutes to play here. Good behind the back dribble. Gray will tee up a 3-pointer well off the mark. Alexis Jones has it. She's by herself, 1-on-3. She smartly backs it out. Now works her way back in. JC Soap tried to get free in the corner. Good closeout from Aska. In the lane, Soap missed it. Schrupfer tried to take it away from Gray, unable to do so, and Priddy up ahead. Tyra Aska drives. Schrupfer fouls her going to the baseline, and Tyra Aska will go to the line for 2. Time not the friend of the Crimson Storm right now. 2:19 to go, and Aska looking to push this lead to double digits.
Yeah, a couple of empty possessions on the last 2. Now 1 for their last 10, SNU. On the offensive end, and that's not boding well for what could be a 10-point lead and only 2 minutes left of game time.
Aska 61.5% from the line this season. She'll have 1 more. That's the 3rd foul on Schrupfer. Missed the second one short, and Schrupfer has the rebound. That press, if nothing else, has forced SNU to burn at least 6 or 7 seconds in the backcourt each time. Soap open for 3. She knocked it down. Timeout SNU. And JC Soap continues to be a big spark for SNU. That's going to be a full timeout. 2:02 to go. SNU trailing 59-53. We'll have the finish when we come back right after this. 2:04 to go at the Sawyer Center. SWOSU leading SNU 59-53. SNU extending some full court pressure. Ball comes into Hayden Pretty. Alexis Jones and Madeline Schrupfer each have 3 fouls for SNU, and the only foul issues on the court right now. Hedrick is shut down by J.C. Soap. Great defense and a kick ball on Hedrick, and that's going to give SNU possession here.
All the way back down to the baseline, though, an opportunity now for SWOSU.
Exactly, that almost killed the ball movement there.
Word of warning there to Hedrick and to Adrian Berry as they exchanged some words after what may have been an accidental high five.
Soap to Jones. Jones got to hurry. No time to sit and wait. Gets it up across to Berry in time. Swings it over to Schrupfer and low to Nehus. Puts it up. Wow. A little bit too hard. Good opportunity missed there for SNU, and SWOSU will run some clock here as we're at 1.5 minutes to go. Tucker driving. Hedrick thought about the dagger. Tucker with 10 on the shot clock. Working on Adrian Berry. Shut down in the lane. Hedrick with the kill shot. That's deflected and blocked by Nehus. Minute to go. SNU coming the other way. No time to waste. Schrupfer drives in. Shot off the glass. No good. Just short. And SNU is going to have to foul here. SNU choosing to play this one out.
Coach is screaming for a foul. They're going to play straight up defense at this point, though, it looks like. A 6-point lead.
10 on the shot clock as Tucker drives on Berry. Blocked by Adrian. Here comes Madeline. She's got to hurry. Less than 30 seconds to go. Schrupfer, Soap. Adrian wide open, top of the key for 3. Off the mark, no good. SNU with the offensive rebound. Still got to hurry. And Jones unable to find Schrupfer on the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds.
Now SNU needing some missed free throws. Had a couple of opportunities there on the Nehus play, and then on that possession to cut it down to 1 possession, but now looking at a 6-point deficit and a couple of free throws coming up for SWOSU.
I think Coach May was asking his team to not foul right there, but Alexis Jones did, so Pretty will go to the line for 2, and these foul shots should do it, but a fun, entertaining game today, Russ.
Yeah.
SNU certainly laid it all out there, nothing to be ashamed of in any way. Jones going to have to hurry against the press. And Soap with a deep three-pointer. It's off the mark, no. Schrupfer in for the rebound, puts it up and in with 5 seconds to play. 6-point game still with 5 seconds to play, all over but the final whistle. But again, those 26 turnovers for SNU going to be the thing that SNU looks back on and just shakes their head on. But they held a very good SWOSU team to 30% shooting, 6 of 26 from three-point range, and ultimately the difference was the turnovers and the foul line, as SWOSU is 15 of 21 from the stripe and SNU just 4 of 6. SNU's dominated the glass 51-39. They have 18 offensive rebounds. SWOSU has gotten 16. The difference there, SWOSU converted their 16 into 17 second chance points, just 8 second chance points for SNU. Hedrick will inbound with 4.8 on the clock. She gets into Haley Tucker, and Tucker will run away from the defense, and that will do it here at the Sawyer Center. Southwestern Oklahoma State clinches the Great American Conference regular season championship with a 61-55 win over SNU. A very game effort from the Crimson Storm, and came up just short today, Russ, but certainly nothing to be ashamed of as far as how hard they fought this afternoon.
No, a great game and a nice little taster of what could be a matchup in the conference championships up in Bartlesville. Great game by both teams, a defensive match all around, a lot of transition play, but a great game, very close game, especially when you talk about a team, 13-10 versus 22-1. Not your typical 1-2 matchup, but SNU, having struggled early in the season, coming alive here later, really proved that they belong in this GAC conference. An absolutely incredible game for SNU. I don't know that there's a whole lot to hang your head about after this one.
Coach Trent May will certainly not be satisfied with any sort of moral victory or anything like that, but certainly he has to be proud of the way his team competed. But as in most games, plenty to take away from in the loss and plenty for SNU to work on in the coming weeks as they prepare for that conference championship. And nothing is going to come easy for SNU either. Next week they face a Harding team that they came into today's game tied for second place in the conference with, and an Arkansas Tech team that they defeated on the road the first go-round, but certainly will be another tough test there. So it doesn't get any easier for SNU as they close the season with road trips to Southern Arkansas and Arkansas Monticello. Both of those teams they defeated here at the Sawyer Center back at the end of January. But still, tough sledding for SNU as they play for prime positioning within the Great American Conference Championship. And Russ, what's the biggest thing that you saw today that they need to really work on going forward?
Well, of course, we always talk about the defense, and I really was impressed with the defense this afternoon. They came out against this high-powered offense and really showed their stuff, but it's definitely going to be the ball handling. How SNU responds in tough trap situations. We talked about 26 turnovers in this game. In these close competitions between these two good games, you're going to see a lot of press, and so SNU really needing to address the way that they faced that press and the way they broke it, as at times they had some success and at other times they were forced into a lot of turnovers, and I think that was the big key turnaround for SNU in this game.
Running through the final stats real quick before we're joined by head coach Trent May. Abby Nehus led the team in scoring, 13 points. She had 9 rebounds and 8 blocks this afternoon, and she missed the second half of Thursday's game against OBU with a mild concussion, but she was able to play today and was a force to be reckoned with there for SNU. JC Soap, 12 points off the bench. She continues her strong play of late. No one else in double figures for SNU, but 9 of the 10 players who saw the floor today scored. Irene Perez had 11 rebounds, Madeline Schrupfer also had 11 rebounds, as SNU won the rebounding battle 51-39, hauling down 18 offensive rebounds. Adrian Berry had 7 points, Madeline Schrupfer 6. Julia Schwacke came off the bench and had 6 points. 3 points for Alexis Jones today. Was unable to get the shots falling at the bucket. Irene Perez finished with 4, and 2 points each for Sonia Sarda and Massey Beard. For Southwestern, they were led in scoring by Hayden Priddy and Taylor Hedrick. Hedrick, 14 of those points coming in the second half. Tyra Aska had 9 rebounds to lead the team, and Haley Tucker was the only other player in double figures with 10. 6 points for Alexa Garvey, 3 points for Maddie Spurley, 4 points for Tabor Beer, 4 points for Bethany Franks to go along with 7 rebounds and 3 steals. Tyra Aska had a pair of points to go with those 9 rebounds and 2 assists for SWOSU, which shot just 29% from the field, 23% from three-point range. And again, the difference that we talked about, 15 of 21 from the foul line for SWOSU, just 4 of 6 from the line for SNU. And the turnovers, 26 for SNU, just 11 for SWOSU. But overall, just a highly entertaining back-and-forth game. SNU did everything they could to give themselves a chance to win, and against the number 13 team in the country, that's as much as you can ask for. Give yourself an opportunity to win in the fourth quarter, and SNU did that today.
Yeah, great game. Very excited for this team and maybe for an opportunity to rematch up in Bartlesville. Excited what we saw and excited for more Southern Nazarene basketball here at the Sawyer Center next week.
We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Trent May, get his thoughts on today's game. Again, the final, Southwestern 61, SNU 55. We'll be right back after this. And we're joined now by head coach Trent May after today's 61-55 loss to Southwestern. And, Coach, very competitive game. You guys laid it all on the line. How proud of you of your team for the effort today?
I just told them after the game that, that what they did is they served notice to, that we're one of the top teams in the conference. That's a really good basketball team we played today, and we held our own. And, in my opinion, we still didn't play our best basketball today, and I think that's still ahead of us. But I love the effort. I love the fight. We didn't back down. And, there's moments where you could have seen, it's okay to lay low and just kind of ride off and, see what happens. But our girls didn't. They kept battling and kept trying, and, they didn't surrender. Wasn't mistake-free basketball by any means, but I like the fight, like the chance that we did have our opportunities, and we let a good team off the hook today. But we're still around, man. We still got a lot of basketball left in us, and proud of the effort, and thankful that we're still on our way.
It seemed like the press gave you a little bit of trouble in the first half, in particular. What was there anything special about how they press?
No, it's random. They kind of almost like get to do what they want. So there's no predictability, and you just gotta play basketball. And it's you can draw up a million press breaks against what they do. Again, there's still no rhyme or reason. You can't say, hey, they're going to be in a 1-2-2, they're in a 2-1-2, or they're just a run and jump, and they just kind of play, and they just kind of do their thing, and that's why they're so good at it. And it's kind of on their own. And she allows our players to play instinctive basketball and make the rotations when they need to and go when they need to. And so it's basically, it's kind of like Simon says, if you don't do what they say, then do what we say. Good things happen. But we made some good plays out of it. But yeah, we're just way too many mistakes out of that press today, and that's usually how they win games. So
big difference at the foul line as well, as you guys weren't able to get close calls at the rim as well. And everybody who played contributed today. 9 out of 10 players scored in all 9 in the first half. How big was that for you guys maintaining that momentum there? At the end of the
just like on Thursday night, we had a big bench scoring. And so that's tonight it's like you gotta come out and you gotta produce. It's not to come in and just stay the course until the starters get back into the game, and you got to come in and add something. You've been at practice all year. You're on the roster. It's like listen, if you get upon the court, you've got to contribute in some form or fashion. And we always look at scoring. There's multiple other things. There's so many other things that are important to it. It's not just scoring, but bench scoring's on the stat sheet for a reason. You look at that after the game, and it says on there what is their bench compared to your bench, and that's comparative. And usually the teams that have good bench scoring, there can be more competitive because of that. So it's huge, and it's just that's a confidence thing as well, and being able to do it and prove that you can do it, and and it's like, because again, you want your starters to all score, but if they don't, or if they are, you still need the players who are coming onto the court to off the bench to contribute, and it may be other things. Again, I'm just repeating myself, but it comes back to you got to come out and you got to contribute something.
How pleased are you that that's starting to happen more and more often as the season progresses?
Oh, it's huge. It's needed, and that's the part we've made some changes personnel-wise, and it's not you don't do that on purpose. It's because you got to tinker with it and go, listen, these are the things you got to I just said not on purpose, things that you're going, listen, you've got to make strides and going how can we get better as a team? That's what you're trying to do this year. You don't just go, hey, you know what, we're good, we'll just leave it alone. You go, no, what? Where can we go in our, where are the chinks in our armor, and how can we continue to get better? And if it's one person here or 1 minute here or whatever it is, those are things you look for this time of year. And you can't be satisfied with being, decent and whatever. There's always ways to improve. And this time of year, you should be improving as a program.
Last 2 games of the 6-game homestand next week. two tough opponents. How thankful are you right now in the stretch of really tough opponents that you're getting to stay here at the Sawyer Center?
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter if you don't win. So home or on the road, you know, it's like this time of year. It's about putting your best basketball on the floor again, which in my opinion we haven't done. It is your environment. You know, we had good support today. I'm hoping for that for the last two home games of the season. So, very important that we just, again, like I told the girls again after the game, that this cannot be, this is not a downer day. This is, we played, well against a good team. We didn't play great, but again, we had our opportunities. But let's not squander them. Whatever's coming up for next, and starting next Thursday, we got to have great practice on Monday to get ready for Thursday and so on and so on. And so, you just, this time of year, man, you got to be ready, and you can't, you lose a game, hey, next one, because the next one's the most important one.
How big is it that you do have a little bit more time after this one where you guys clearly put it all on the court and, have a little bit more time to recover from putting it all out there like that and coming up just a bit short?
Well, it's good, shoot, but again, this time of year, there's only so many only a few days left. 2 weeks from today and our regular season is over at this time. So we're talking about 2 weeks from today. So we're talking about hours. Mm-hmm. Coach can talk about hours. I'm sure the players won't go in hours yet. But it's like it's almost there, and so it's just not. It's grit, it's guts, it's it's determination. All those things that you talk about as a team, and the things that you work for hard in the preseason. This is what it's coming to. And then there's got to be an ultimate fight, and some days it's like, man, is it almost over? But you just got to keep fighting until it is, and that's what the good teams do this time of year. And those who are excited about playing basketball, those who are excited about showing up for practice, those who are excited just to even get rest, going, listen, this is going to help us down the road, for whatever we do. And you got to be purposeful this time of year. If you just kind of throw it all and just up in the air and just to see what happens, that's not a good recipe for success.
Coach, thank you for your time. We look forward to getting back on the winning side on Thursday.
Absolutely. Thanks for your help, man.
We'll take time out. When we come back, we'll get started previewing the guys' game against Southwestern. Again, the final, Southwestern 61, SNU 55.